going to make a pot of vegetable soup, healthy for your family, and takes like 30 minutes. That's it. It's done. This is a rice cooker from Aldi that we got years ago. Best how much money?
$15.
Yeah, right. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to start out with vegetable oil. You can use olive oil, canola oil, sunflower oil, whatever oil you want. They're all from vegetables. Or no, some are vegetables, olives are
fruit,
right? Okay, want to put a little bit of oil in the very bottom, and then we are going to take a 12-ounce can of roast beef from Walmart, and we're just going to take the meat out of it. Putting this on cook, and okay, that's not going to work. If you're cooking for your own family and you wash your hands first, you're all good to go. Crumble it up, and we're going to let it fry along with some vegetables. And the vegetables we're going to be using are mixed vegetables, which are green beans, peas, corn, lima beans, and some potatoes depending on which ones you get.
And carrot.
Yeah. I drained the liquid off because usually it tastes so much like carrot. And you can rinse them. It's a 15-ounce can, mixed vegetables. We're going to put that in. And we're going to give it a quick stir. And we're going to let that set until it cooks that through. So that's going to take about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, as you probably noticed, I didn't use the juice and the fats from the broth for the beef yet. This is roast beef. Because we're going to keep that aside for when we start making the broth. Alright, we've had this in the slow cooker, rice cooker, whatever you want to call it, for about 4.5, 5 minutes. This is how it should look. The beef is like chopped up and browning, and we're cooking the vegetables through. The next step will be so that we can make it taste pretty much like Campbell's soup that we all grew up on. We're going to give it another minute, and then we're going to get some cabbage and some tomatoes. Alright, so I opened a can of diced tomatoes. This is a 14.5-ounce can from Walmart. And I used it before and some other stuff, but I only needed about a quarter cup. And I put it in a baggie and froze it so that when I made vegetable soup the next time, I could put some in. This is actually about a quarter cup if it's not frozen. Just toss her in. And then, while I was at the produce market in Waldron, Michigan, there's a little market, I got cabbage. So we're going to put in one big handful, and that's about a third of a cup to half of a cup. And that is the two secret ingredients in the vegetable soup that we all love and grew up on. So then we're going to put in a bay leaf. Oh, I save other jars and put bay leaves in. One nice big bay leaf, that's going in. And we're going to give it a little bit of a stir, just real gentle. And we're going to put the lid back on and let it go for about 3 more minutes to defrost and start cooking and melting away the ice from the cabbage and tomato. Alright, so this has been simmering together to defrost the tomato and cabbage and get the bay leaf started going so that it actually puts in that flavoring that everybody is so familiar with, but you just don't really know what it is. Alright, we're also going to put in about a teaspoon of sugar. An actual teaspoon. Okay? Just to cut the acid in the tomatoes. And then we're going to put in about, because we're going to be adding about 6 cups of water, we're putting in about 1.5 tablespoons of Italian spices. Trust me, it's good. Alright. Now, there's still a lot of liquid in here. And what we want to do is create kind of a font on the bottom of those juices, even though they're not all beef juices, so that when we start putting in our liquids, it makes a really nice broth. Alright, it's been about 3, maybe 4 minutes that we have let this simmer. It's doing great. It's exactly as it should be. It's not so wet. And we can smell the herbs. They've all been able to bloom. So, we're going to put in the juice from the can of beef and the fat, because it's all good. And if you've noticed, we haven't added any salt. And that is because the vegetables had salt, and the beef had salt, and the bouillon we're going to be using also has salt. Alright, and I'm going to use this 12-ounce can to measure my water, because this is 1.5 cups. So for 2 cans, it's actually 3 cups of water. And we're going to put in our bouillon to match that, because we just put in the juice for the water from the beef, and that's going to add a great deal of flavor. Plus, we have our juices from the vegetables, and it's not going to taste like carrots. Alright, that's 3 cups of water. More.
Alright. Apologies for the dogs. They think everyone who's on the street is not part of their business.
And possibly could have a treat. Okay, altogether, I put in 4 of these, so that's going to be 6 cups of water. And that is going to make approximately 4 adult servings, which is about 1.5 cups or 1 3/4 cups of soup in your bowl. Okay, and you have to remember too, because we bought in quantity and only used portions of stuff, this whole meal for a family of 4 is going to cost you about $5. Alright, so we put in 6 cups of water, and I've got a 1/2 teaspoon measure, so I got to put in 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you know what? Because some of these were overfilled, I'm going to wait and let this simmer together and do a taste test in about 5 to 8 minutes to make sure it tastes the way I expect it to. And remember, when you're cooking for you and your family, you want things that taste the way you want them, not the way I want them. So let's let that simmer, and we'll come back. Ready? Well, there's no light.
Hello? Oh, battery low.
Okay. Alright, are we recording?
Yeah.
Alright, so this has been about 4 or 5 minutes. We did a taste test, and for us, this is actually how we wanted it to taste. Me, it's a little salty, but this is a low sodium meal, just so you know, and it makes about almost 8 cups altogether. So, biscuits, bread and butter, crackers, there's enough broth in here that, and vegetables, and meat that everybody gets some. This is, you know, a recipe that my daughter and I made together, because she had brain surgery and was on food stamps, and we wanted to make something that for one person it would make like 4 meals, but for a family of 4, 2 adults and 2 children.
In the winter, it made me 1 week's worth of lunch.
Yeah, so, you know, but that's with biscuits, bread and butter, and, you know, some other stuff. But yeah, it's actually 4 to 6 servings, depending on the age of the child or how many adults you're serving. 4 adults, 4 servings. Enjoy. Give us some feedback. Like, subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of these, because she had over a year to recuperate. So
This was many, many years ago, though, but we just thought it's about time to share these recipes with everything that everyone's going through. So,
And our hearts go out to everyone affected by the hurricanes and the Do you know there's wildfires going on too?
now?
Yeah. So, and it's October 24th, 2024. Enjoy. Hope this helped. And remember, you can do this camping too. It's an
Oh,
easy thing
yeah.
for camping.
Very.
So, hang in there. Have a great day. Be well.